Paano nga ba nagawa ng Bren Esports makabalik sa laban nila sa alter ego sa do or die game nila sa M2? Iisa-isayin natin lahat ng mga importanteng detalye na kailangan mong malaman sa napakagandang laban na to. Pero bago tayo magsimula, gusto ko munang malaman nyo na lahat ng sasabihin ko dito ay opinion ko lamang. Okay? Let's go!
His in the center of tension of alter ego, and this is where the turtle gets taken out.
Ooh, interesting. Still stolen is the turtle by Caldisi. Now Rebo getting thrown in. Blood keeping him alive. Here comes Flap Easy. Leo Murphy from behind. Poked in by Caldisi with his sword. That's another Kelly Boy destroyed.
Ito ang Game 2 ng do or die game ng Alter Ego at Bren Esports sa lower bracket. At dahil tingin ko medyo one-sided yung Game 1 at Game 3, kaya mas magandang aralin natin kung anong mga nangyari sa Game 2. Umpisa na agad natin sa nangyari kay Pew. Sa simula pa lang ng laro, makikita nyo na agad na walang flicker si Pew. Possible na nagkamali siya ng pindot, pero makikita nyo mamaya kung bakit isa yan sa mga dahilan kung bakit maagang lalamang yung Alter Ego. Pagdating naman sa early rotation, makikita nyo mag-i-start sa blue buff si Celiboy habang si Carl TC mag-i-start sa red buff. Ang pagkakaiba nga lang sa rotation na to, dahil Jawhead yung tumutulong kay Celiboy kaya mas mabilis silang matatapos. At dahil nga mabilis silang natapos, mas mabilis din nilang makukuha yung Lito. Pero maliban sa Lito, makikita nyo rin na madedelay ng Jawhead yung maliit na jungle creeps ng Lance. At dahil nga parating pa yung Esmeralda, kaya tingin ko yun yung dahilan bakit hindi tinuloy ni Carl TC yung pagkuha doon. Maya-maya lang makikita nyo kung gaano kalaki yung epekto na magagawa ng isang jungle creeps na madedelay nyo sa jungler ng kalaban. Pagdating naman sa teamfight na to, napakaganda ng rotation na ginawa ni Flap TC para tanggalin agad yung Purify ni Udil. Pero dahil nga walang flicker yung Lunox, kaya ito yung nangyari.
Has movement speed, so that will be fine.
Oh!
Tingin ko possible pang makatakas si Pew doon kung meron siyang flicker. Maliban doon, kung mapapansin nyo, nakuha na ng Roger yung maliit na crab sa bottom lane habang yung Lance kukunin pa lang yung jungle creeps na hindi niya nakuha kanina. At para lalo pang lumamang yung Roger at madelay lalo yung Lancelot, kukunin pa ng Roger yung jungle creeps ng Bren. Maliban sa Roger at Lance, mapapansin nyo rin na lamang sa EXP yung Lapu-Lapu kaysa kay Yuzong. Dahil nga nag-rotate sa mid lane kanina si Flap, kaya mas mauna mag-level 4 yung Lapu-Lapu. At kapag mas nauna kayo nag-level 4, ito yung possible na mangyari.
For a Purify, I'll take that any day, and Leo Murphy at it once again as he moves further in towards the lines of Bren Esports, and there goes engagement.
And look at this, Carl TC just running away. Celiboy here, he's really looking strong right now. He does have that orange buff, and look at this, the throw in, Esmeralda gets the kill. Few, next target, doesn't have the Order of Brilliance, and that will be another kill going to the side of Alter Ego Esports.
Kung titignan natin ulit yung team fight na yon, yung Yuzong, Lunox at Lance level 3 pa lang, habang yung Lapu-Lapu, Veil at Roger level 4 na agad. Dahil sa mga maliliit na bagay na nangyari sa early game, kaya maagang nag-level 4 yung Alter Ego. At dahil na-maximize nila yon, kung mapapansin nyo, 2 minutes pa lang ng laban, 2.3k na agad yung lamang nila. At para naman sa Bren, isa sa mga paraan para makabawi sila, dapat medyo maging aggressive sila pagdating sa kills. Dahil nga assassin yung jungler nila na pwede agad makipagsabayan kahit sa early game pa lang, kaya dapat i-maximize pa rin nila yon kahit lamang yung kalaban. Isa sa mga tinarget nila is yung Veil. Dahil nga walang flicker yon at hindi niya basta-basta may ilagan yung skill ng Lance, kaya siya yung dapat hulihin ng Lance.
But Udil getting picked up here with the phantom execution, and this is a kill for the Lunox.
Nice ultimate placement there. There is damage for the side of Alter Ego Esports. Flap is here to stop the chase. Celiboy and Pi just goes back. And look at the stun. They're not done. Flap easy getting called out. Lusty with the help. Kondo bounce. Yam is here to stop Lusty. Lusty will be forced to use the flicker. And Carl might get caught out here. Flap trying to help them, but Few will just zone him out.
2-0 yung naging trade sa teamfight na yon, pero hindi pa rin yung sapat para makabalik agad yung Bren Esports. Maliban doon, maganda yung gagawin ng Alter Ego dito. Dahil nga madalas sila nagka-cut sa opposite side ng turtle bago mag-respawn yung turtle. Kaya sa bottom lane nagro-rotate yung Roger. Pero this time hindi lang cut yung gagawin nila.
Part of map, Bloodless Axe already being bought out by the Lapu-Lapu.
Let's go for an item check here. Let's just see what's gonna happen for the next turtle fight. Bloodlust Axe on Pi, that will give him enough opportunity to just go for the dive. Celiboy here really wants to go for the kill.
Napakaganda ng pag-aabang nila kay Flap TC at nung napatay nila si Flap, kumuha sila ng gold sa tower. Ang problema nga lang, hindi agad sumunod yung lapu-lapu papunta sa turtle. Maliban doon, hindi nila in-expect na pipilitin ng Bren kunin yung turtle kahit may nakabantay doon.
In a really awkward spot, but Lusty though is in the center of attention of Alter Ego, and this is where the turtle gets taken out.
Ooh, interesting. Still stolen is the turtle by Cartesi. Now Ribo getting thrown in. Blood keeping him alive. Here comes Flap Easy. Leo Murphy from behind. Poked in by Cartesi with his sword. That's another Kelly Boy destroyed by few. And it's looking like it's turning around for Bren Esports.
Alter Ego not gonna back down. They still want to fight, but that might not be the best idea for them right now. As Bren Esports, they have 5 members in the area. And
bago natin ituloy yung video, gusto ko munang makita nyo kung gaano kaganda yung galaw na ginawa ni Carl TC sa teamfight na yon. Bilangin din natin kung ilang dash yung gagawin ng Lancelot niya.
Roger is gonna hurt. But as you can see here, Ribo getting caught out. Carl TC
just look at them.
Gonna go for the turtle.
They're just trying to stall time here over on the turtle, or they're getting caught out in a really awkward spot. But Lusty though is in the center of attention of Alter Ego, and this is where the turtle gets taken out.
Ooh, interesting. Still stolen is the turtle by Cartesi. Now Ribo getting thrown in. Blood keeping him alive. Here comes Flap Easy. Leo Murphy from behind. Poked in by Cartesi with his sword. That's another Kelly Boy destroyed by few. And it's looking like it's turning around for Bren Esports.
14 accurate dash yung ginawa ni Carl TC doon. Nakuha sila ng turtle tsaka 2 kills. Maliban doon, makukuha niya pa yung blue buff. Ang naging advantage naman ng Alter Ego sa teamfight na yon, nakuha nila yung bottom lane tower. Pagdating naman sa top lane, unang mapapansin nyo dito, naka-Durance agad yung Lunox. Bumuo agad si Pew ng Durance para makounter niya agad yung Esmeralda. Yan yung isa sa mga dahilan kung bakit hindi ganun ka-active yung Esmeralda sa laro na to. Maliban doon, walang nag-rotate pa top lane para i-defend yung tower doon. At kung mapapansin nyo, medyo naging passive yung laro ng Alter Ego at unti-unti na rin bumababa yung lamang nila. Ngayon punta naman tayo sa sunod na objective. Kung mapapansin nyo, nagki-clear na sa top lane yung Alice habang yung Esmeralda papunta pa lang doon. Yan yung isa sa dahilan kung bakit lalamang na yung Bren sa teamfight na to.
Too confident and not overconfident.
Yep, here comes Leo Murphy. He does spot every single sort of threat, and he's going to be going in for the swips. Turtle still goes over on towards Bren Esports as Pi goes in deep towards the back line. And oh my goodness, they're going right for the kill.
Oh, Flap Easy with the Black Dragon form from the back lines. Pi gets destroyed and the fight continues. Leo Murphy goes down. That's going to be 3 for none. Flap Easy gets 2. Kelly Boy is the next. And so far, this is the best shape we've seen Bren Esports.
Pagtapos ng teamfight na yon, makikita nyo lamang na ang Bren Esports. At mula dito, lalo pa sila magiging aggressive.
They want to set things up perfectly with Flaptizi flying straight in towards the middle. Like, there's no clear-cut points, and 1v1. Yam's getting chased down. Tailboy's going to be giving him a little bit of space here, but he's spotting more than he can chew.
Oh, but look at that. He gets punished. He just goes in. Cartesi with the damage out, but Ribo getting out of harm's way. He has the winter crunch on, and they're going for the chase. Lusty now with the way of the dragon, and let's see. Odell doesn't have the ultimate, and he cannot stop this. Odell is the next target. He still wants to go for it, and that is the double kill going inside of Bren Esports.
Ladies and gentlemen, 4 for none, and it all started off of Doc Ribo pushing the rest of Alter Ego in.
Isa pa sa mga napansin ko, hindi ko sigurado kung tama ba or mali yung napiling skill ni Vale pagdating sa pag-upgrade. Para sa akin, mas importante yung knock-up damage ng second skill ni Vale kesa sa stop on hit effect. Dahil nga, meron yung crowd control kaya mas madali mong mapapatama yung mga skills. Pero hindi ko sigurado kung bakit yun ang napili ni Odil.
There is still a chance that Alter Ego Esports can turn this around.
Looking at the sort of flips from the ejector, it doesn't seem like it's the right target that they want to go for. The Lord will still be halted before he even touches the inhibitor, but that opens opportunity up into mid, and Flicker already coming out from the side of Leo Murphy. Yam tries to force a little bit more of these members to back away, but more jacking of the buffs.
Now, Bren Esports looking at the turrets right now. One outer turret still remains here for the side of Alter Ego Esports. They are aiming for that, but Alter Ego is doing a great job just holding on to that fort. Hold the line, do not let them get it. Do not let them end this fast. You still have the Esmeralda, you still have a chance.
Oh, here we go. It's going to be Lusty there that gets caught out, gets bursted down as well. Great job coming from Leo Murphy as he does secure the kill, but here goes the rest of Bren Esports replying with their engagement. Oh! What a big one as the rest of Bren Esports, they're backing away. Order's Blitz already popped up, and here goes Phantom Execution as well. Udil makes his way out alongside with Jelly Boy, but Kaltizi, only one touch would have sent him back to the gray screen. Having full control of the jungle, Pi has to give this buff away, and Alter Ego currently being suppressed, especially from the back.
Yup, you hear pops, the Order of Brilliance, Butters, it's gonna break out!
I like what Jelly Boy did there. He went back and forth just to dodge that Phantom Execution, and there is a brawl happening in the middle lane, and Yam here with a Falling Star Moon. Look at the damage output coming out from all the people here from the side of Bren Esports. Alter Ego, they're going back. They know that they cannot fight as of the moment. Leo Murphy throwing back his ally to the base, and they stop there.
That's a defensive ejector if I've ever seen one. That is the correct way to use Jawhead to run away, but just the same, there was no choice for Leo Murphy. We're seeing less recalls and less stickers from his Jawhead, and right now that just says Alter Ego now understands they're in trouble.
Lord, go for the safe route. Do not try and push your luck at these moments of the game. And Jelly Boy actually going in. Lusty here, just trying to go for the Wave of the Dragon, but there's that.
Last draw coming in, and the Lord is already hitting on towards the base already. Televoid tries to actually negate them from pushing even further, but the rest of Bren Esports, they want to finish this game, and the Yuza will go unstoppable by the way. Televoid dies all the way to the back, trying to catch Rebo, but this might just be it. Two members down from Alter Ego's side. They're still defending, trying to clear off the wave, but Flapteasy secures the game. We are going into Game 3.
Sana may natutunan ka sa video na to, at kung meron kang guide na gusto mo ipagawa, i-comment mo lang sa baba, susubukan gumawa ng guide tungkol doon. Kaya kung hindi ka pa nakasubscribe, hit mo na yung subscribe pati yung notification bell. Basta lagi mo lang tatandaan, kung gusto mo mag-improve, just master the basics. I'm out.